to Underdog Poker web series. I'm Tone, and thank you so much, everyone, for subscribing to YouTube. We just surpassed 100 subscribers. That is the theme today. We are going to call this Keeping It 100 with Tone. We have a lot of stuff to get into. Let's get into it. So how it started, honestly, I was 19. I told my grandfather I wanted to learn how to play poker. I knew he was a big gambler. He was in Foxwoods all the time. And I said, Pop, teach me, I want to play. And every night in the kitchen, he would teach me some things here and there. And the big issue was I kept thinking 4 cards made a straight or 4 cards made a flush. And it's really 5 cards, obviously. And that really slowed everything down. But he started sneaking me to Foxwoods with him. And I would play 1-2 no limit and 4-8 limit. And the deal was, until I finished college, once a week with him, can't go without him. He'll put me in. I'm broke. Sure, pup. And, of course, as school finished, I got hooked. And I'm like, now I'm sneaking to Foxwoods. I'm playing overnight sessions in the dungeon. Some 1-2, some 4-8. I'm broke, so like half the time I'd leave with no money and have to borrow $20 to get home with gas. And obviously, I never really told him that, but he knew. For a while, it was just a lot of 1-2 and 4-8. While I kind of figured out how to play, I was really green. It was mostly just Foxwoods, and I'd sprinkle in New Hampshire now, because they had just passed a law to have cash games. Once 2-5 happened in New Hampshire regularly, and I graduated college, and I knew I wasn't going to be a cop anymore. I wanted to play poker. I wanted to pursue. It's all I thought about. Me and my grandfather had a talk, and he told me, he's like, I'll support this, but you got to stay away from sports betting. You have to stay away from blackjack and the poisons that no one tells you about. He's like, I've lost tens and hundreds of thousands. Stay away from that. And at this point, I was still learning a lot, but he was putting me in 2-5 regularly, and we were on the same page of taking this to the next level. 2022 was the greatest and worst year of my entire life. To start the year, we went on a run. We had made $95,000 maybe in 3 months. We came in second in a turn and stone event for $60,000. We had final tabled and chopped back-to-back Foxwoods tournaments for like $15,000 each, and everything was going great. My grandfather was really proud, and, for me, that was top of the world. And that year, I had never been to Vegas, never played the main event. That was always on my agenda. And Foxwoods had the $1,200 satellite. You won $12K, $10K seat, $2K travel. I played that, and I won my first ever seat to Vegas to play the main. The world felt like I couldn't breathe. I was emotional. I had called my grandfather that night. Honestly, top 3 day of my life. All the stars were aligned, so I thought, I'm like, wow, the world, I just felt like the whole world was in my palm, all my dreams, everything was just in reach. This part's definitely going to take some takes. I'm not sure how I'm going to get through this part, but as far as everything being in reach, as quickly as that happened, everything got snatched away just as fast. My grandfather got sick with cancer and passed away the first week of June, a few weeks before Vegas. And at that point, poker, I didn't think I was ever going to play another hand again. Never mind the main event. I didn't want to go. I didn't care about the seat. I was going to forfeit it. I didn't care at that point. I didn't end up deciding to go until maybe a week beforehand. My family had said to me, Would he want you to miss this? Like, you got to go for him and all these things. And I ended up going. I got eliminated the last hand of day 2. Didn't make the money. I didn't really care. It was just an emotional trip for me all around. That was the only time I've still been to Vegas. I've never gone back. Who knows if I ever will. I intend to. I don't know what kind of emotional connection that'll bring to me. I don't know how I'll react. But yeah, my one main event trip was a nightmare. It was honestly, I didn't enjoy it. I didn't enjoy any of it. I don't even remember a lot of it. My brain at that point was just all grievance, and I don't know. I can't really remember a lot of that trip. The fall off chapter. This is Tone Honesty Hour. I came back from Vegas. I was depressed was an understatement. I blew 100,000. I was doing everything my grandfather warned me about. I was playing blackjack, high roller room, tens of thousands of dollars. I was betting tens of thousands on sports. I was losing in poker, playing bad. My mind was so checked out. And then I would go chase my losses in pits or sports, and which you should never do, obviously. And my whole stock and everything just crashed and burned. I was broke. I blew everything. Had to go on a stake. Literally, I couldn't get lower than dirt. If this was dirt, I was lower. My roommate at the time, he honestly saved my life. He gave me money for my bills. We had 1 month on a lease together left. He knew I was just so out of it. I don't even know, man. I was just so broken and lost, and I just couldn't play. It wasn't working. I ended up moving home after our lease was up. I Instacart for a little bit, and, I'm humble. I'm not, I don't think I'm too good for anything, but when someone noticed me Instacarting once, I was pretty devastated. I didn't want to ask my family for money, obviously, even though eventually living at home is kind of obvious. Eventually, I got into a 10K hole with my buddy in the stake. Literally everything that can go wrong was going wrong. Again, mentally, I was not there. I wasn't playing good. I wasn't thinking clear. Just a disaster all around for him and me, and just, but God bless him, to be honest. He never questioned anything. He had me till the end, and that I owe my life a debt that I can never pay back. He knows who he is. And that was the hardest year of my life, too, following losing my grandfather and everything, being such high up and then just crashing and, being lower than low, and really just, it was a total, I can't even put in words how crazy of a fall off that was. I literally gambled away thousands and thousands and tens of thousands, and no one could tell me anything. I didn't want to be home. I didn't want to think about my grandfather. The grief was just so brutal. Playing those games through the night so I didn't have to be home. Betting sports to feel alive. It was toxic, and I kept fucking relapsing on it. I kept getting bailed out, and finally, when there's no more, my grandfather wasn't there to bail me out no more. So I had to look in the mirror and just start from the ground up. The climb back is honestly the story of Underdog Poker, and it's deeper than poker. Who hasn't, lost someone they love, or who doesn't have dreams? All Underdog Poker is people that chase their dreams when the world tells them they can't do it and they can't make it happen. And we're not going to sit down and let that happen. They say you have to hit the bottom to learn lessons you can never learn at the top. And we all have to do that. We all have to go through it. And I know people think that I keep these vlogs PG and I don't swear as much, and, I got parents that watch this. My parents watch this. My grandmother watches this. I got little cousins. I'm not trying to have YouTube censor me because I want to swear and sound dumb and be crazy on here. A wise man, John McQuinn, always says to me, there's times and places to swear. And when you're with your boys and you guys are having, doing some dumb stuff, you can swear all you want. But when you're in public and you're trying to present yourself in a certain way, you don't need to swear. And, I take that to heart. Whenever he advises me with those kind of things, I always listen. And, he's a good man. But this whole documentary was to just keep it honest with you guys. And I had to really let you guys know the support and what this brand is. And, I had to give you guys the whole backstory.
Underdog Poker.